It's already Wednesday. I love a short week. We have 2 more shows to go. And let me get this right. This is the first time that I'm declaring this or saying this. We have on today's show not only NFL legends, I've said that a million times, NFL legend and head coach of the Delaware State Hornets, DeSean Jackson, is on the program. We'll talk all things Eagles. We'll talk Debo moving to the Commanders. We'll talk receiver duos. Lots to get into with our good and old friend D-Jax. And then I have 2-time Pro Bowl running back Melvin Gordon. Maybe a little Wisconsin talk. Maybe we'll talk about the state of running backs. Is he done? Is he in a league, wants to be in a league? He's still got a lot left to give. We're going to go over all of that. And yes, this is a sweatshirt from the Oval Office in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Much to get to, so little time. You got about 60 minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to take some questions during the breaks. No Hamilton today. So tweet me at Hey Kay Adams or put yourself in the YouTube chat. Maybe somebody there can monitor it in our control room if there's any good ones. Why all the national hate for the Vikings and McCarthy, someone asks. I don't think there's any national hate. I don't know. I think it's you're doing something right if people are hating on you because they're terrified of you and you represent something in them that they can't themselves accomplish, which should be a Super Bowl. As I said yesterday, people keep being surprised by me saying the Vikings to the Super Bowl, to win the Super Bowl. It's not so much that I'm like, oh, I love them, I have faith in them. It's that they better. It's that I'm putting it on them. It is a declaration. It's a threat. It is you don't have an excuse here. You didn't pull the veteran quarterback that some other storied Tiffany franchises, a la the Steelers, are waiting around for. So you must really believe in this kid who has not taken a pass. That married with the fact that your young quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, don't know if we can't really call him a rookie, or he is or he's not, whatever, has never played a snap, has never thrown a pass in the NFL. Everyone's in on him. I met him and was in on him, like on site. On site was like, this guy is special. This guy's a winner. Then you have guys like Case Keenum running around saying, this guy is him. He is a winner. People who've been around the league a long time, the Adam Thielens of the world. So it's easy for me to fall for the Vikings. And it's easy for me to put this pressure on them. That's what I'm doing. I'm putting the pressure. Pressure is on Vikings to get it done. I don't think anybody hates them. If they hate them, they probably just fear them. All right, at Up and Adam Show with your questions. Do you have any questions for DeSean Jackson, guys? Hit me up on Twitter. Appreciate all the tweets, all the love. Amazing love. There's some weird questions in here today. Okay, we said yesterday 100 days till kickoff. We are 99 days now until the NFL season. I promise I will not say that every day as we count down here, but it feels like we're about to go into a little bit of the 4th of July, late June lull. But there are teams doing OTAs. There's teams doing their thing. The final 5 showed up today. The Cardinals, which sexy, by the way, if you're hanging out on FanDuel Sportsbook. Love everyone saying it. It's like the hot new thing to say. The early season schedule is great. They're going to be better than people say that they are. Lions. How good will they be? Will they be still the sexiness of the NFC outside of the Eagles? Texans, okay, they're arriving there. We talked about Derek Stingley yesterday being the potentially making an argument for best corner. No disrespect to Surtain, but what he was able to do last year. Colts, so their division rival, they're there, of course, and they are reeling, I'm sure. And I've sent several texts to the people who I know and love in that organization with the passing of Jim Irsay over the weekend. Someone who was loved. He was like magnetic when he walked into a room. I only got to meet him a few times, but passionate was the word that comes to mind. Like passionate about music, about people, about being vulnerable, about some of the things that he was dealt in his life. And Kaylin obviously reflects that and is just such a bright spot for that organization and that future. And I'm sure that they are feeling overwhelmed with the love and support by everybody, Colts fans, NFL fans alike. But I'm glad that we didn't have a moment for Mr. Jim Irsay. So always thankful to him, really mostly for his vulnerability. It's not easy to do, him making mental wellness, mental health a priority. It's like what he's associated with, and a big part of the legacy that he leaves, being fervent, being himself, and sort of really being a part of mental wellness and vulnerability being at the forefront of an NFL that didn't always see it that way. So much love to the Colts organization that I'm sure is still heartbroken as they do hit up OTAs today. We've got DeSean Jackson on the show. Melvin Gordon's on the show. Who else reported to OTAs? Commanders. Deebo Samuel taking the field today. Can't wait to see what that looks like. And here's my question. Who has the rights to the boombox celebration? Where dost thou stand? Does it stay? I would need to know the inception. Maybe Stats can tweet me. We can rip this out onto Twitter. Who started it? Was it like Trent Williams? Did it precede them in the Bay? I caught on to it just when Deebo was doing it, when Trent wasn't there, all those things. Does it move with Deebo? Are we going to see Scary Terry and Deebo have a boombox? Are we retiring the boombox in general? Who has a boombox these days? Kids don't even know what a boombox is these days. So I would like to know who has the rights to that celebration. They're doing something new with the Commanders. What's that going to look like? And how good is this receiver duo between Scary Terry and our guy Deebo? Are they going to push the Eagles receivers as a duo? Pretty nice little pair down in Dallas as well. We'll get to all those questions. If you have any, definitely hit me up. Listen, OTAs are about seeing guys get back on the field together, seeing the guys in sort of new uniforms and, just the vibes between them and their new teammates. But there's also this obsession, this like truly, I'm not sure that I have watched enough TikTok psychology to be able to assess why this happens. But we as a sports society are obsessed with who's not there. It's hardly about who's there. It's always about who's absent, who's in Egypt, who's gone. Kirk Cousins and Kyle Pitts, they were not present in Atlanta yesterday. Shamar Stewart, still awaiting his Bengals contract. I don't know if he was in the building. I don't know, but he did not participate. And who else wasn't? The guy who told us on our very show, we sort of got ahead of it early last season. James Cook wants a new deal, deserves and says he wants and deserves a new deal. And he was not in attendance for the Bills as he searches for one, as he looks for one. I'd like to dig into that for a second this morning because it is an ongoing storyline. James is headed into the last year of his contract, and this is not new news that he wants a deal. Let's take a look at some of these numbers. We've got the top running back contracts to show you. Oh, there you go. It's been reported he wants a deal that would show up on this graphic, okay? He wants around the $15 million that Derrick Henry's getting per year. And at just 25 years old, with the running back position back in vogue, so popular, everybody's loving the running backs, as we saw throughout last year, and in their prime, aging running backs, okay? He should be looking to be on this graphic. You might call me crazy, if you haven't been paying attention to what James Cook has done over the last couple of years. He doesn't, for some, it's so interesting. The Josh Allen show, for some reason, James Cook does not get the national attention, even though the Bills are always in the national attention. I don't know why that is. But if you look at this, over the last 2 years, only Jahmyr Gibbs has averaged more yards per touch than James Cook has. That 5.5 edges out both Derrick Henry and Saquon. He's 6th in scrimmage yards and total touchdowns in that span as well. And he was tied for the league lead in rushing touchdowns a season ago. So he might not get the volume, maybe, and that's why he gets overlooked, I want to say, or I'm talking nationally. I don't think to people in Buffalo because, obviously him coming then balancing it out, everybody's trying to do that. It's like this, the history of the league is run a balanced offense, right? But are we saying that, is he not a special player? Can you not pay him for what he's done and what he can do and how necessary he is? Is he not valuable? I don't understand. And he might not get the volume because of Allen, but he makes the most, as you're seeing, just efficiency-wise. He makes the most every time the ball comes his way, however it comes his way. So it's a spicy headline. We're obsessed about dudes not showing up and who's not there. Him, Cook not being at OTAs, I guess, is a little juicy. But I do think that if you listen to Sean McDermott, what he said was juicier.
Yeah, we're staying in touch, like you'd expect a player and a coach to do. James will be here when he's ready to be here, and we move forward.
Okay, so if I trust Coach, and I do, it's it doesn't seem like it's a contentious situation, at least not yet. And honestly, would you be out there risking injury if you had a big payday coming your way? I would not. I would be understanding, as it seems like Coach is, about him not being there. They got to get this done, though, and I hope it gets done and he gets back on the field. The Bills, this is their window right now. Do not let this be the reason, like some ticky-tacky stuff that you saw a year in advance, for not getting it done and making another Super Bowl push. They're tied, by the way, on FanDuel Sportsbook. If you look, best odds, tied for best odds to win the AFC at plus 360. Chiefs third at plus 430, and the Bengals are fourth at plus 900. Bengals got to get their stuff together, got to get Shamar taken care of, got to get Trey taken care of, and got to figure out why I should have faith in this defense in that division that might be a day or two away from acquiring the needs of one Aaron Rodgers. Short break here. Melvin Gordon joining the program. Love that. We're supposed to have Mercedes Lewis on the show. He will be here Thursday. Former friend, teammate, something with DeSean Jackson. We're going to get into that. D-Jax is here. Coach, sorry. I'm calling him Coach. We have so much to celebrate with DeSean Jackson. Love that. We'll be back after this. Okay, let me answer some. Oh, okay. What do we got? Let's see. Where would they be? After Jamar? Oh, okay. Got it. Oh, okay. We got some questions. We got DeSean Jackson coming on, guys. Melvin Gordon coming on. Who wins the AFC West? Oh, I wish I had the odds up. Who wins can we check the odds on the AFC West? I mean, I'd still go Chiefs, I bet. Yeah. It'd be hard to not go Chiefs, but I think I'd go Broncos over Chargers. A lot was made on Twitter over the weekend of me talking to James Palmer and saying that I just have this feeling about Knicks and I don't know about Herbert. Obviously, they brought in a run game that should change things. Second year with Harbaugh. Are we overvaluing the Broncos? I don't think so, because I think the defense is the best defense in the NFL. And so if you do that and you have another year with Bo, it's hard, and Cortland, it's some consistency there. It's hard to believe that the Broncos will not be the team that contends and fights with the Chiefs. And Sean Payton has a pretty good track record in giving the best quarterbacks in history some fits, a la Aaron Rodgers, a la Patrick Mahomes. So I feel like that's who I'd flip those two. As of right now, I might change my opinion. I know Chargers fans not feeling that, but maybe if I say that, Chargers will actually take it over this year. When will we have Flexen and Steppen? When will we have another WWE wrestler on? I do believe Seth Rollins is on. Do we have a date for that? Can I tell everybody? What is it? Next Thursday, we will have Seth Rollins on the program in studio. Everyone's wondering what will it take for me to get my ass back in studio? Seth Rollins saying, I don't only want to come in studio. That's basically what did it. We are bringing you him. Let's clip that out and get that on Twitter, that he'll be on the show in studio. Is he just going to be on the whole hour? We don't know. What do you want to ask him? What do you want me to talk to him about? Seth Rollins, Mr. Sports on the program. How did I acquire this sweatshirt? This is from a gentleman's club in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's called the Oval Office. I just like the name. I just think it's a funny name. It's been an inside joke for a long time, and they caught wind of that, and then they sent me their hoodie. Have I ever been to the Oval Office, the Gentleman Club in Green Bay, Wisconsin? I have not, but I'm sure it's delightful, and I'm sure the fried food menu is off the chain. All right, keep these questions coming, guys. We got Coach DeSean Jackson next.
DeSean Jackson, he's different than other receivers.
Touchdown,
DeSean Jackson.
Against me, no, I ain't gonna lose. You know why I'm here.
Wow.
You know.
The end zone punt.
You know.
My goodness.
Yeah, you know why I'm here.
I get to congratulate my next guest. Not only is he a three-time Pro Bowler, absolute legend, iconic player, one of my favorite players anywhere he was playing in any uniform, Super Bowl champion, and head coach at Delaware State now. Head coach at Delaware State. DeSean Jackson, how does that feel?
And it feels great, man. I've been having some great times being a head coach now. Obviously, last time I talked to you, I wasn't a head coach, so we got a lot to do. We got a lot of catching up to doing.
What was the thing that were you interested from the minute Or was there a moment where you're like, yeah, I'm all in on this? It's a huge job and congratulations.
Nah, at first, man, I was speculating. I was like, I kind of always shied away from like obviously taking a role of like college football or NFL because playing, obviously in college playing in the NFL, I know how much times my coaches spent in the facility, and I just know how much goes in and out of being a head coach. So for me, when it first came up, I definitely wasn't interested in it. I was actually coaching high school football, and I was having a good time doing it. And after the season last year, this kind of opportunity fell on my lap, and the first few conversations I talked about, I'm like, nah, it's too much time. I don't want to do it. I'm enjoying high school. And then I think after that third conversation, I was like, all right, I'll start to kind of like let the acceptance of it. And I'm like, man, let me consider this. And then from there, like obviously talking to a few people, DeSean was one of them, Coach Reed, a few of my old coaches, and they kind of start sinking in. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I might not want to pass this opportunity up.
Have you talked to Coach Reed about it?
I have, for sure. He's been very influential. He helped me, in the process of getting this job. He put his career and his name on the line for me to get this job. So I mean, it just shows you how much Coach Reed helped.
What did he say? What do you think he said about you? That's amazing.
I mean, so going through the process, the president, the athletic director, they asked about, some guys that basically, in reference, and Coach Reed was one of those names that I dropped. Sean McVay was another one I dropped. Obviously, Deion Sanders, my old offensive coordinator as well, too. So I don't know exactly what the conversation was, but, from what I got back from the president of Delaware State and and the athletic director, they said some great things about me. They said how good of a leader I was, how I can demand a room, and, just my insight, my IQ on football. So I definitely think it helped me get the job.
I'm like thinking of your resume. If you had, it was like old school and you had to print it out. It's Deion Sanders, Andy Reid, Sean McVay. Like that's pretty hard to pass up. You've certainly earned it. I'm excited to see what kind of coach you're going to be. I know, and the kids are going to miss you, but I feel like now you have like a little farm system with the Woodrow Wilson high school crowd, right? You can like recruit from there easily. I see what you're doing. What kind of a coach are you going to be? What kind of coach?
Well, I think for me, the best coaches I had relationships with were coaches that were like a player coach. You know what I'm saying? So like as far as like understanding the players, I love to be understanding and just kind of be able to relate to my players. I'm not too hard on them, but at the end of the day, I do have to be strict because I know in order for me to get the room and to win the room over, they have to respect me as far as what I'm preaching. I'm gonna be able to go out there and show them what I'm preaching as well too. So just really having that happy medium where we're gonna work them, but then we'll kind of pull back a little bit as well too. So I mean, this process has been different for me. And the reason why I say it because it's NIL space, and I have some players coming in my office asking like, coach, I want this amount of money, and I'm going to the highest bid, and I'm like, man, if I can remember going back, if I'd have went into Nick Saban or Pete Carroll's office back then and be like, I want this, I want that, they would have looked at me like, man, you better get out of here. So it's just crazy now these kids come in and they're asking for
You
money.
never did that, DeSean. You never went into the coach's office and said, I want this, I want that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's hilarious that these kids, basically you're saying these kids today.
Yes,
These kids today.
It's different. It's a different era. I honestly look at this era now. It's like a free agency. It's like almost like an NFL system. It's like a farm system to the NFL. I think the NCAA they're gonna have to figure this out because right now there's no cap on it. Some schools are able to pay these guys millions of dollars, and then some schools, like us, we don't really have the resources. And HBCU, a black college, we don't have the resources to compete with an Oregon or Alabama, all these other schools, and we're a Division I school. You know what I'm saying? So I think they gonna have to figure it out. It's tough right now, but we're doing a great job though. I will say that my name and the resources and relationships I have it's been able for me to be able to get some of these guys to commit to us.
What's your pitch? What's your pitch to people, knowing that it's DeSean Jackson? I don't know if you need much more than that, but what is your pitch to a kid who's thinking maybe I can go to an HBCU, maybe I can go to a different squad, but I want to go be a Hornet?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my pitch has been very simple. To be able to have 15 years, to be one of the best deep threats to ever play in the game, to have the experience, to know, the do's and the don'ts. I know what the next level is looking for, and I have a lot of relationships at the next level as well, too. Like, within my first couple months here, I had the players from last year that was graduating and going to the entering the NFL and all that stuff. Like I had a pro day here, so I had the Commanders, I had the Eagles coming down here, and they did a pro day for me. So I just think for me, just really having the relationships and having the respect of, a lot of these young dudes that are, growing up and looking up to guys like me. So obviously I may not be able to offer $1 million, but I may be able to offer 20,000 in NIL, but my name may be able to make up the rest of that money.
Who's a coach that you haven't mentioned, or somebody that you will bring to speak to the team? Like if you had a wish list, who would you have come speak to the squad?
That's a great question.
You haven't mentioned John Harbaugh yet in your coaches. Just saying.
No, I haven't. John Harbaugh, man, I have a great relationship with John. Obviously, I played with him in the last team I played with the Ravens. But, John Gruden, I think John Gruden would be somebody, I respect, I got a good relationship with. I think, too, not even a coach, but, I seen Colorado had Denzel Washington go over there, man. That was very influential,
Crazy.
man. I think Denzel is a heck of a guy as well, too. So, I don't know. That's a great question. I got to think on that. Yeah, I don't know. You got me thinking now.
But I think that's like an advantage that you have, because I think you just said how impactful that was. Deion could, pull him. You have the IQ, you have your own pedigree. You don't need it, but the fact that you can bring somebody in like that. Are you not going to bring Shady in? What's up?
Yeah, no, Shady actually is coming next week. That's crazy you said that. I just talked to Shady. So Shady's going to come down next week. He's been very supportive. And it's crazy because, we just had our podcast and now here it is. I'm coaching and, Shady's still doing the media stuff. So I think when we did our last podcast, Shady was like, what do you think? Maybe I could be a head coach. And I was like, man, Howard may need a new coach, So he's like, maybe I could be a good coach for Howard.
LaShawn McCoy, head coach of Howard. I would love to see that. Do you think
Howard University?
Would LaShawn be a good head coach? What about him? It would make him a good head coach.
I think he will be a great head coach. I think, Shady's he's a very personal coach. I mean, not coach, but, human being. I think, his insight on the game, he's very smart. He loves to argue. That's why he's on TV. I think he's a very debatable person. So, I think he knows sports. He knows talent. So I think he can get up in front of a room and be able to, take over a whole room, especially in college. I think that's the biggest thing. You got to be able to demand a room. And, being the head coach, I was able to learn a lot from, the Sean McVays, the Andy Reids. And, they was able to – I can remember Sean McVay when John Gruden was our head coach when I played for the Redskins back then. I could just see he was young and he just got up in front of the room and he just demanded the room. It's like I seen early on, I'm like, man, that dude's going to be a head coach.
And he is, and he won a Super Bowl and went to a Super Bowl before that, and the rest is history. I got a little Gruden connection there. What happens to 25-10?
Great question, man. I was just on the phone with Teo. Me and Teo, who's still my marketing manager. We were just talking about doing some things. So, me and Shady still talked about the possibility of, continuously 25-10. We did some great things in season 1. So, with me coaching now, obviously my schedule is a little different, but I think we're going to still try to bring 25-10 back, man.
That's right, Teo. Work on it. Don't let it die. You guys crush it. It's not easy to do. And I feel like even for recruiting, it's a good tool to have, right?
No, definitely it is, man. Media is, the podcast, when I told you was a podcast, you're like, well, it's not quite a podcast, when you corrected me, but you're like, it's a live show, D-Jack.
I love when you imitate me. It's actually hilarious. Okay, so I want to go to a game, obviously. I need to get to a game. I've never even been to Delaware. I know.
I want to come to you never been to Delaware? You never been to Delaware?
I don't think ever. I would love to go. I would love to go to a game.
It's only like an hour and 15 minutes from D.C. Not from D.C. It's an hour and 15 from Philly, maybe like an hour and 30 from D.C., an hour from Baltimore, 2 hours from New York. It's very central. It's not too much to do here in Delaware, but if you want to go get to somewhere quick, you can get there quick.
So what game should I come to? Which game do you think, circle the game for me? Is it the
Michael Vick and D-Jack? Michael Vick and D-Jack at the link. We're trying to get it at the link. I don't know if I was supposed to spill that yet, but we're trying to.
Which game is this?
November 1st. November 1st. Well, it may be a different date. We're trying to work on a date. It may be October 30th, and it's posted. We're trying to get it
at the Hornets.
We're trying to get that at the Lincoln Financial Field. we're trying to get it at the Eagle Stadium.
Do you want to are we talking to Howie? Are we talking to, who are we talking to here?
We close. I think we're real close. So here it is. I'm spilling all the beans, and hopefully everything is all right. But not we're close to
what
getting it done.
What have those conversations been like? I mean, you played 5 seasons together. Yeah.
Going great. I just actually talked to my athletic director this morning, and on our end is going good. So they just got to accept it on their end, but it's looking pretty good.
Jason McCourty was on the show yesterday, and he said that if he could pick one person to coach Team USA in flag football in 2028, he'd pick Michael Vick.
Well, that's dope. No, Michael Vick, I think he's going to do dope, man. He's going to be a great head coach. I think, he's been doing a great job as well too. We've been competing against each other, obviously in this recruiting battle. He's been getting guys. I've been getting guys. So I think that game is going to be crazy. And if it happens to be at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, I mean, that's going to be awesome.
I feel like Andy Reid has to somehow go to that game and make it back for whatever Sunday game. I'm sure they have a primetime game they can make. Andy Reid has to go to that game.
Yeah, it's potentially going to be on a Thursday, so hopefully he can make it.
I love this. I love this scoop that we're getting. Okay, let's talk a little NFL here. NFC East, their receivers are loaded all of a sudden, right? Like you have Debo, he goes to the Commanders. He's now with Scary Terry. George Pickens is in Dallas. He's with CeeDee Lamb. Do the Eagles still have the best wide receivers in the division? Let's take a look.
That's a great question. I think as far as the receivers, in addition of obviously Debo Samuels and George Pickens, I think there are some ballers. Obviously Malik Neighbors and Darius Slayton are some ballers as well too. But I mean, let's just be real, man. The production and them Philadelphia Eagle green colors, man, it's looking real good over there, man. You got AJ Brown, you got Devontae Smith, Super Bowl champions. I was at the Super Bowl, man. I mean, we did the Kansas City Chiefs so bad. And Andy Reid, I love you, my dog, but I don't think your boy Patrick Mahomes couldn't look left. He couldn't look right. He couldn't look nowhere, man. So, I mean, I'm very confident that the Eagles, we bring that crown back home. I think they'll do a heck of a job this year as well too. So I'm going with my Eagles, man. It's hard to go against them right now, man. I think Devontae and AJ, man, obviously they're some ballers.
Who do you think will make a bigger impact? George Pickens on the Cowboys or Debo on the Commanders, as far as taking out your beloved Eagles? Who will make a bigger impact this year?
Man, why did you do that to me?
Because I thought that was so easy because you won't pick the Cowboys.
As easy as it is to say, it's hard to say in the same sentence. But I think George Pickens is going to be a bigger impact. I think, obviously, Debo, I think he's a good implement over there. Jaden Daniels had a heck of a year as well too. So, I mean, Dak, Dak's he's a regular season hero. I just don't know how it's going to transition into the playoffs. But as far as regular season, I think the Cowboys will have a better production from CD and George Pickens if we're going to just talk about receivers.
I love that. And I think, it's loaded. I mean, Jaden and company, they just added Jalen Lane as well, the rookie. So I'm excited to see what the Commanders do, what the Cowboys hopefully do to sort of outperform what people think that they won't do. You mentioned Andy Reid, and obviously he was supportive of you getting this job. When you talked to him on the phone, have you guys talked about the Super Bowl loss?
No, we ain't talk. I actually,
that's the code. You just don't even bring it up.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't bring that up. I mean, it was crazy because I was actually supposed to go visit him when I was out there for the Super Bowl, and I ended up didn't make it because there's the traffic and it was just too crazy. So I haven't actually talked. Oh no, I did talk to him after because obviously I got this job. But as far as talking about the Super Bowl, no, we didn't talk about the Super Bowl, and I got too much respect for him to say anything about that because at the end of the day, I know how bad he wanted to beat Philadelphia. Obviously. He's won Super Bowls though. I mean, since he's left Philadelphia, he got 2 Super Bowls already. So I mean, his legacy, man, is just awesome. I think Coach Reid, all time in my book is the top 5 coach all time. So I think it's just it's our time in Philadelphia right now. We don't have that many Super Bowls. I mean, all time we think we have 2 Super Bowls or 3. Now it's 3. So we're trying to add to those rings.
Andy Reid 3 Super Bowls.
3.
So he's obviously would want to add one that was meaningful. And like you were saying, it was not that they lost, it was just a bad loss. My question for you is, knowing him and just how you see the game. What does that loss do to them this year? Because everybody that's coming across these airwaves is telling me this is the biggest test for them yet. And they're not wrong in terms of like, yeah, the AFC West is loaded. They've got more competition there than they've had in a while. All the coaches, they're stacked. Pete Carroll's back. Even that. What will this year be like, in your opinion, for the Chiefs? And what will that loss be a driving force people are not seeing?
I mean, I think you gotta be honest and real with yourself. I think over the years, man, Kansas City has run the AFC conference in general. I mean, you've had the Bills that competed with them. Obviously, you had Cincinnati competing with them as well too. But just overall, if you just go back over the past 3 to 5 years and look at their record and what they've accomplished, I think hands down, they've been the top dog of that division or of that conference. Obviously, this year, like you said, you got Pete Carroll over at in Vegas now. You have my boy Peyton in Denver. So I mean, it's going to be a lot of. I mean, you got Harbaugh for the Chargers that did pretty good last year in his first year. And you got Houston Texans, C.J. Stroud. I love him as well too. I mean, it's definitely stacked. But I think this year, I don't think they're as dominant as they are in the past years. I just think the talent is arising in the AFC now, and I just think they'll struggle a little bit. I think they'll still be a top 5 team, but I just don't see them, just over dominating a conference like that no more.
They're not the favorite. Do you agree? The Bills and Ravens above them is what it is right now. I know it's hard.
Yeah, that's hard. I mean, you still have Patrick Mahomes. I still consider Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the league right now. I mean, obviously, my boy Lamar Jackson is right there. I put him like right under. I mean, Josh Allen, obviously, you can say those 3 are the top 3 quarterbacks. I mean, it's just a lot of. It's just hard right now. I'm not even gonna lie. But if I just go AFC, if I just stayed in the AFC, I would pick. I would pick Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and I would put Patrick Mahomes, the top 3 over there in that division. But I mean, Jalen Hurts is arguably able to be up there now. He got a Super Bowl under his belt. I mean, he's played lights out football. I mean, he's been a winner. And I know a lot of people crucify him about his stats and all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, he's proven that he can be a winner in this league.
No, I think I won't even have that argument on this show anymore. As far as what do you make, does Jalen belong in the conversation? I won't even have it. You can't, there's no argument that he's not in the conversation in the top 5. There's just not, he's a winner. And he, on the biggest stages, shows up the best in our generation. Even in a Super Bowl loss, he crushed it. We're talking a little AFC West here. So I was at the rookie premiere like 2 weeks ago. All the rookies, they put on their new unis the whole time. And I love this Ashton Genty. Like, I love the energy he brings. I think he's a star. Raiders rookie. He had this like pre-snap stance, right? His entire career. He looked like Mike Myers. He looked scary. He stands straight up. He tells me he's not going to change it. Like, DeSean, adamant, 100%.
I know where we're going with this. You see, I put my hand down because I know where we're going with this.
Well, what? And then Chip, you saw, I had to see the clip. Chip, in 1 minute, unravels this. What do you think?
Honestly, man, I just he got to do better, man. I mean, at the end of the day, how ugly this thing. I don't want to say his name because I don't like giving him light, but. I mean, for his stance, I just feel like as a coach, you have to do better because, I mean, this guy has been proven. I mean, he was literally one of the best running backs in college football. I mean, he's had the production. I mean, he still runs crazy. He still's leading the league or leading college football in yard. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, to come in the NFL and try to change his stance up, I'm just not a fan of it. I mean, at the end of the day, if he comes in and doesn't have the production or he doesn't do as good as being the top pick that you guys drafted him, then okay, let's talk about it. But just to try to do it before you even play one game, I just don't like it.
Do you think that what he did, like just football wise, that would work in the NFL? I mean, I know Gibbs does it, but he doesn't stand straight up like that.
I mean, you have guys that do it. I mean, at the end of the day, if they don't stand up, it's just, I mean, I've seen it before. Some guys do. They just go up there and they just stand. So, I mean, for me, I'm not a running back coach. I'm not an offensive coordinator. I mean, I can be offensive coordinator, but I mean, if I was to ask Deuce Staley this question or LaShawn McCoy, guys that play running back or like CJ Johnson, C2K, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And that's just my opinion. Now, if he goes into the NFL and doesn't have the success because of his stance, then maybe we can critique that and talk about it. But I don't know. I think you're just picking on something that don't really got to be picked with right now. And that's just my opinion. That's all.
What would you tell Ashton and how to
Oh
thrive
my
there?
gosh. Be yourself. Continue to go out there and produce. Have fun. At the end of the day, don't get too caught up. I mean, at the end, you're in the NFL. I mean, now if we're talking about high school or we're going back to college, yeah, maybe you can kind of critique that stuff different. But like when I draft a guy to go to the NFL, I'm not drafting you to come teach you how to play running back. I'm not drafting you to change your position. I drafted you for a reason because you've been proven and you showed what you can do. Now just come here and just do what you need to do. We don't got to talk about nothing else. Just come in and produce. That's all I need from you, sir.
I have I have Mercedes Lewis on the show Thursday. I know you guys go way back. He's entering his 20th season. He's going to go somewhere. Do you have a wish list place for him? Where should he go? Back to the Jags? Should he go Green Bay? Like where would you like to see your old friend Mercedes Lewis? 20th year. It's so impressive.
Stay at home, man. I would probably say the Rams or the Chargers, man. At the end of the day, I mean, I think for
Chicago?
Mercedes, yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, that's where he was last year.
No, stay at home. Like he's from LA. Stay in California. Like the
Oh, okay.
Rams or the or the Chargers. I mean, for me, Mercedes, he's like a big brother to me. He's older than me. I was a freshman at Poly. He was a senior. I kind of followed, his footsteps as well too. So I just don't see how he's still continuously playing. Like I love football, but when I was at year 15, I was like, man, I don't know many more years I could. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just the love and just the repetitiveness. Like now, if it was only for game days to go out there and play on Sundays, I would be able to do it. But I don't know. It just takes a toll, and I guess I don't know. He just loves it that much. But my kids, I got other things I was interested in doing, and it was just like I don't see how much. Big bro, please tell me how you still doing it at year 20. I don't see how.
And the way that he plays, the way that he blocks, still like top
Nah,
of his
he's
game. He did say he'd like to be back with Caleb in Chicago, which I think is interesting. And if that's what he wants, like maybe it's because he did move there or something.
he's used to playing in that cold weather too. He's been at Green Bay. I couldn't.
Yeah.
Cool.
Who retires
sir.
first? Who retires first, DeSean? Aaron Rodgers or Mercedes Lewis?
Dang. I
Love talking to you.
I think honestly, man, Aaron Rodgers he's still got more in him. I think he still got the urge after his Achilles to still want to go prove and play and show people he can come back after it. So I would probably say Mercedes.
Mercedes will retire first. We'll see. You mentioned kids. Do you have a baby on the way?
Yes.
Congratulations! I'm so happy for you. Like you just said, you were more interested in kids than playing for a 16th year. Congratulations! You have DeSean. You have a whole life going on right now. I'm so happy for you. What blessings! God is good.
All boys. I can't make any girls right now.
You have a boy on the way.
My third boy.
Do you want a girl?
I'm gonna try one more. I'm gonna go for one more, and it's over after that. Here it is.
Well,
I'm at 38 years old and still talking about more kids. My dad was like 55 and had a kid, so like
Really?
I got hope. Yeah, my dad was like 50, I think 50 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, if men have that privilege, it's called biology, and it's not a woman's world in that regard. But I'm so happy for you. Congratulations, a third boy for DeSean Jackson that maybe will go on to be a Hornet. Let me give you from the not the Charlotte Hornets, but let's talk a little NBA here before I let you go. Knicks. They went down 3-1. I know you're a guy. We had another clutch game from Halliburton. What is the worst? What did you make of that game? Let's ask you that.
Well, for me, it's just crazy because I actually saw Halliburton kind of like just taking over. I mean, obviously I love I'm going blank right now. What's the point guard? Bronson. I love Bronson. Obviously, Bronson. Cat's been doing a great job as well too. It's just for me. It's something about Indiana, man. Like they're making this look too easy, man. And I just feel like right now, my opinion, Halliburton is taking over right now. I think they're gonna. I think the Knicks may win this next game, but then I think they close out after that. I think it's gonna. The NBA, man. It's all about dollars and cents. I think both series are going to go one more game. And then I think it'll be 3-2 both games somehow, some way. And then obviously I think OKC is gonna win, and I think we're gonna see Indiana. That's gonna be the finals championship. And I honestly, it's hard to go against SGA right now, man. SGA's balling
I like
out
him
this
a lot.
world, man. He's balling. Caruso's balling. I think they're playing good together right now. The way they're doing, man. I think both teams are dominating. Obviously, Indiana and OKC is dominating. I think it's gonna be a heck of a game, and these are great. These are great. I mean, it's great for me because these are teams that are not used to being in this spotlight, and I think it's just good for the culture. It's good for basketball.
I mean, it's the small market teams will make it to the finals. We'd love to see it. Short TV break. I do want to keep you first for one more question, DeSean. We'll be back after this. We're keeping you live on YouTube. 1 second. Worst moment for New York sports: the choke job game one that started this mess for the Knicks, or your punt return against the Giants in 2010?
Come on, man. We know that. It's that punt return, man. They still hate me. Even though that was hard, though. He replayed the Reggie Miller. That was hard. Oh yeah, you gonna relive that moment, man. I'm sorry, Giants fans, if you're on live YouTube right now watching. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know you hate me.
It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. You didn't even need to do like a choke job antics thing like Halliburton did. You didn't even need that. You didn't need your Reggie Miller moment. You just did this. This was amazing.
Yeah, man, they was mad. It's like, just get in the end zone.
Are you showing this shit to these your football players? Like, are the Hornets? Do they understand who you are and what you've done? How much tape are you showing of you?
Yeah, I be throwing old highlights of the old DJ back in the day. They be like, man, how was you able to run that fast? I'm like, man, that's why I'm like, when you get out on the field, man, we got to work hard, man, because at the end of the day, it's not just gonna fall in your lap. Greatness is not. That's what people don't understand. I think like the greats, we're great for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You put so much hard work. I mean, look at you. You're great for a reason because you put so much, and you know your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just like the more repetitive, the more you work at it. I mean, with anything, I don't think when you first started to where you're at now, you don't think you was as good as you are now, right? When you first started, right?
Yeah, you got to put in the work. And you also have to have. I think you're always great about giving credit to other people too. You're always giving credit to your team, the moment, whatever it is, your coaches. You've always been that way. And that matters too. And I'm sure, I mean, I want to come to a game. Aunt Kay's got to come to a game and hold that new baby boy. I got to come.
Come on. Yeah, Auntie K.
Auntie K, sounds good. You're the best. And by the way, you do have camps. I don't know how you're doing this. I don't know how you have the time. You have a kids camp on Friday. You have a mega camp on June 7th. And where can people sign up?
So they can sign up on Delaware State football page on IG. It's Dale_football. And you can go on to click on the link and sign up for it. And it's crazy. Our due date is July 15th. So I'm going to be doing a camp and racing to LA for this baby to be born.
I'm happy for you. And then at 25 and 10, I need the recap episode. You got to just make it work somehow. And I'm hopeful for that. By the way, really quick, in like 10 seconds, Kirk Cousins wasn't at OTAs. What's up? Is he getting traded? Where do you want to see him?
Kirk Cousins, he's still on the Falcons, right?
He didn't show up though. Where should he go? Trade?
Where do I want to see him?
Where? Tell me.
Who needs a quarterback right now? Shoot.
The Steelers?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, because what's up with Aaron Rodgers? I don't know what he's doing. Or the Saints. The Saints need a quarterback too, right?
Maybe. I don't know. You're the best, D-Jax. Love you. Congratulations.
Oh, I love you too. Appreciate you.
Bye. Yeah, you too.
Still on his feet, 45, stiff arm, 50, still on his feet, another stiff arm, Melvin Gordon.
You better get back, you better get back.
There he goes for 6. Gordon runs to daylight.
Take a step back.
Melvin Gordon steps to a tackle. Touchdown, Denver.
There goes Melvin Gordon, turning on the afterburners, and all the way to the house, 70-yard touchdown.
Just a breeze, that's all I need. Don't blink while I pick up.
Well. When you watch those highlights, Melvin Gordon, do you miss being out there as much as I miss seeing you out there scoring one of your 70 career total touchdowns?
Absolutely. It was giving me flashbacks watching that. So I miss it for sure every day.
It's great to see you. I mean, I know that you're staying in shape because you've got lots going on with golf.
Yeah.
And I know we'll get into a little bit of that. But what is the latest on a return of you to the field?
I don't know yet. It's just I went the whole year last year without playing, and just being out a whole year, it just it's not easy to just go back in there and just, you know what I mean? You've been doing something for 20 years and then to take a year off, that's a long time. So, it's just kind of up in the air with everything. But, right now I'm just kind of comfortable golfing and kind of spending extra time with the family and friends.
Do you want to play?
I mean, it's I've been doing it my whole life, like I said. So it's like, yeah, you do. But, you kind of understand, I understand my position. And as a running back, being out a year and being, 32, it's just not that easy. They like younger backs. They're cheaper. They come in. And so, you can't really fight that. It's not the position like a receiver where you can come in and kind of steal some years. Our position kind of don't work like that.
And I feel like it's only so much you can control. Like it's not based even on like what you have left, which I'm going to get to. If you're not going to, you're going to be humble over here. That's fine by me. But it's just like who's available, who needs something. Anything can happen in the next coming months, even in the playoffs. Like I'm thinking Jags. I'm thinking Cowboys. I'm thinking Giants. They could all use running back help. Your former running mate, Javonte Williams in Dallas. I could see you in those places. And these teams, I just want the phone to blow up. Like you literally ran over the AFC West. Like let's not forget this. 2016 to 2021. Take a look at this. Top 5 in carries, in rushing yards, in touchdowns. When you look back on that time, what are you most proud of?
The touchdowns was I enjoyed, getting in the end zone because it was a big credit to our offensive line, to the guys, the field, to everyone. Because it's so many parts that got to take place for you to be able to succeed as a running back. And I got to be able to dance a little bit and just kind of show my personality. So I enjoyed the touchdowns, to be honest.
You were dancing before they allowed dancing. That's what I remember. Right. Before celebrating was allowed and it was frowned upon even. You were like out there showing who you are. You're always so fun to watch. I don't think it's over. I think you have more to give. And I'm excited about that. What I'm most jealous of with you is always just getting to play with Phillip Rivers. Like you just getting to be his security blanket. When you think about when I say the word Phillip Rivers, what comes to mind?
Great leader. Great dad, Hall of Famer, and just different. The way he threw the ball, his mechanics is just a lot different than what you're usually used to seeing. But, he was just so smart. He was a phenomenal player, and he was so fiery. He got us pumped up. He was one of the most competitive people that I know, and I'm a very competitive person. That's just who I am. And so it's rare that you run into guys that shares that same passion. And he walked and talked with that every day, and that's what we enjoy most about him.
Sean Merriman was on my show not long ago saying he's a Hall of Famer. You just used Hall of Famer as one of the first things that come to mind. There's people who don't think he'll be a Hall of Famer or he should be. What do you say to those people?
They probably hating or, they probably got a guy that, they felt should have been in a lot earlier and feel like Phil didn't do or because he didn't win a Super Bowl. But, you have guys that don't win a Super Bowl and get in. Obviously, it's a thing that's hard to do. I don't even know what the percent is on people getting a Super Bowl, but I'm pretty sure it's very small. So, we can't discredit his career because he didn't end up with a ring. Phil's a phenomenal player, and anybody played against him will tell you that.
Well said. And you were a big part of his success. I specifically remember one touchdown, if you'll allow me, if you'll walk through it for me. This was back in 2018. It is, I believe, a 66-yard touchdown. It was week 10, Rivers to Gordon. What do you got?
Oh, it was a blitz. It was a blitz coming. So, I kind of knew that I was hot. So I knew I have to, with Phil, we went through this play a lot of times. If you could see the guy blitzes on the end. So I'm the hot man. So I know I'm getting the ball. I'm the first read. So, I just got the ball. I knew he was going to come to me fast. I knew, Phil is smarter than anyone. So, we were on the same page with that. And then obviously it just comes down to playing football and making guys miss. And obviously that's what I was born to do. So, I made it easy for Phil, but me and him being locked in and me knowing my assignment and him teaching me pretty much that, allowed us to go out there and be great.
You making guys, I counted 3. There might have been more. You make 3 guys miss. You get touched once on your way to the house. Just amazing. You had 1,375 yards from scrimmage, 14 total touchdowns in just 12 games in 2018. If you were to get yourself back in shape, if like the right situation calls you, do you feel like you could make a big impact on one of these teams that need you?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I understand, coming in now at 30, the difference is, you want to come in there as a competitor and make plays. And, a lot of, they have their guys and they feel like, they want you to come in as a role model, and as a competitor, that's kind of hard to deal with sometimes. But I mean, I put on my hard hat and I just come to work. I feel like I can do it. I was born to carry the ball. I was born to run with the ball. I was born to do this. So it's just nothing to me. It's obviously just the reps that you get in training camp to kind of get yourself back in motion. But like I said, it's nothing to a person that felt like, God put them on this earth to do just that. So, I mean, it's nothing to do, but, you just wait on a call. Unfortunately, if you're fortunate enough to get a call, then that's what it is. But, you have to deal with, dealing with both sides.
You're very, always have been very level-headed and honest and realistic about the running back position. So and I've asked you about this every time I talk to you, but now I feel like isn't it a little different? Like I'm looking at, it's like running backs don't get valued and all that. Has that changed at all? Because watching these seasons from Saquon, and then they get ahead of paying him, you had to effing love seeing that. And then Derrick Henry getting extended this offseason at that, at a bigger age than usual. Do you think the value of running backs has changed, or am I being optimistic dumb about it?
I think it's the value has definitely went up. I mean, what Derrick Henry has been able to do, Christian McCaffrey, all those guys that you're showing right now, Jonathan Taylor, which is my favorite, but I'm a little biased because I'm a Wisconsin guy. That's my boy. Okay. But what Saquon was able to showcase, and this playoffs and throughout the season with a great offensive line, I think people are starting to see what the value brings of a running back, and that's credit to him. I heard that they had a group chat where those guys were trying to change the outlook of the position, and they did just that. And I believe that's why Jency went 6. And I think the Raiders have said that. So, that's a credit to those boys.
Yeah, and it must have been nice to see. I know you're doing lots with golf, Vibes Golf Club. You were the co-founder. Congratulations on that, Mr. Entrepreneur. You're directing the social media. You're doing all that. We were watching all of it. You were playing with Patrick Peterson, newly retired at the P2 Ryder Cup a couple of weeks ago. Who outshot who?
Oh, well, I didn't actually make it to that, but he gave me a call, and he wanted to do something. He wanted to do something with our group. So we gonna tap in. He be up pretty early. He called me I was on the West Coast. He probably didn't land. Called me at 6 a.m. He's like, hey Mel, I want to link up with the Vibes Golf Club group. We want to get some things rolling. So it's good to see some of your peers that you've been up against kind of on a different field and being able to compete. So that's love. It was love that he was able to just reach out, felt comfortable enough to reach out and call, and that's one of the OGs. So that's love within itself.
And you have your Vibe City tournament, everybody. It's coming up at the end of June. It's at TPC, Wisconsin, of course. We love Wisconsin. All things Wisconsin. So everybody check that out. We're going to take a short TV break. We are still live on YouTube. We're going to get this content out, and everybody should be watching on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Okay. Melvin, tell me about, what is this new song leak? Tell me everything I need to know.
The new what?
The new song.
The new song?
You dropped a new song.
Oh, I didn't put it out yet. I ain't put it out.
It's not out?
I didn't put it out. No, I ain't put it out yet. I can send it to you.
So this is just the cover art.
That's one of the cover art. So the one I'm gonna actually post, it's an elevator too, but it's at night though. So I just changed
I'm looking at it. What do I need to know about this? Because you've dropped songs before. I know that.
Oh yeah. So my cousin was with Taylor Gang. It was J.R. Donato. So I've been around music, my whole life. And when I was with Melvin Ingram, I used to do music all the time too. And cause he do music. So in the league, I was even around it, but it's something I just like to do in my spare time. I like to be creative, and it's just a way to be artistic. And I just kind of like, rapping it. I think it's a pretty good song. I'm gonna drop it though. I'm gonna drop
You
it. I
are?
gotta wait till my cousin finish. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till
When?
I'm waiting my. Well, I gotta wait till my cousin. He's got to get on there, so I'm featuring him on it. And then once he get on it, then I'll drop it. So I already bought the beat and everything.
Don't you want to invite me?
You got some flow? Let me hear something real quick.
Give me my voice is, I can't I can't. Maybe I'll write some up, but using Chat GPT, and then I'll send them to you. Listen, but you're saying you don't drop songs all the time. Last time you dropped music was like 2021. I looked it up, Tokyo City.
Oh yeah, so I'll drop like randomly. I like put them on my story, like little snippets of like little things I do. But I have like 40 songs in my phone.
Amazing. We're going to get back on the air here in a second, but I want to ask you, you mentioned Wisconsin. I mean, hold on, I wanted to ask you about, the Ravens. That's what I wanted to ask you. Obviously, we just talked about Derrick Henry and all of that. You witnessed his most recent MVP season back in 2023. Do you think, if you look at the odds right now, like the Ravens and the Bills are above the Chiefs, is that how it should be? Are they the biggest, should they be the favorite, even though the Chiefs represented the conference?
I mean, the thing is about all that stuff is you can go out there the first game and they be like, oh, wait a minute, these guys don't look like what we thought, and then it'll change right away. So, I mean, that's just what they're predicting from the start, but we all know, I mean, you can go out there and, God forbid, somebody gets hurt, and they lose one of their best players, and then the odds change right away. So, you got to look at that with a grain of salt. I don't think that motivates any teams. I don't even think the guys on the team look at that. I mean, no one really cares because we all know when you get to the playoffs, who cares if you're the best team during the regular season? It's about being the best team on this particular day. So I don't think coaches care about that. No player either.
What team can I manifest for Melvin Gordon? What team has what you would look for? What?
At this point, any team, honestly, you get to this point and you're just grateful that, you get a call because, you being out, you just realize, whether a team is really good or bad. At this position, some guys look for a ring. I thank God for the Kansas City Chiefs, Big Red and the boys. They were able to get me that. So at this point, it's just whoever allows you to just kind of continue your dream.
Sounds like you're ready to work.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're ready to go.
I mean, I stay at it though. I was in the gym.
That's what I wanted to hear. Melvin Gordon, the show is over. We appreciate you. Talk soon. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Good to see you. Bye.
Nice seeing you.